Oh,
The recording saves.
what?
The recording saves as a total, if I'm not mistaken.
It says live on the top right of my browser.
Yeah, because I just turned that on.
Okay.
And then, okay, yeah, and then it shows up as on the YouTube. I'm gonna send the YouTube link too to the thing just to show that it like works. But our Hangout is showing up. But this is unlisted anyway, so it's not like I'll start posting the link around at like 8:55. Ooh, hey. I'm just checking. I'm still looking at China right now.
Dude, China's so sick.
Did you like purposely go change your t-shirt?
Yeah. How the yo-yo? I can't wear my t-shirt.
Yo, I'm pretty sure that abs god we found.
Yeah.
I think this is the same guy. Yeah, dude, this guy also did like I think this is like China's Got Talent or some shit. It's probably not China's Got Talent, but it's like he's doing some.
The one that Takumi Hakumada went to?
What?
The one that Takumi Hakumada went to?
I'm still looking through these videos. A Half-Life parallel.
When is this actually starting?
9.
Ooh.
There's a thread on here about me leaving and enjoying recess.
What?
What?
There's a thread on here about me leaving Duncan and joining recess.
Did you switch your name?
Did Brian say anything about you leaving Duncan to join recess?
No, like there's a thread on the Chinese yo-yo thing,
Oh wow.
but it's not translated. It's kind of funny actually.
You're up there.
No. There's a video. It's just this Chinese kid yelling in this song. Not good though.
That is so awesome. I can't believe this.
Oh my god, Zaf, there's a video from Wayne on here.
Oh, the one where he's cosplaying?
No, it's a crazy D movie featuring Wayne.
Wayne, like the 5A guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so weird. Even in real life.
Is it AP?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's the only one who got 2 cards.
Wait, what cards?
So, like, for every contestant, they printed out 6 trading cards.
Okay.
So you can just kind of like circulate it around the event. That was pretty fun.
Okay.
So, like, everybody just gets one picture, but because Wayne was like 1 part girl, 1 part guy, so he got 3.
That's awesome.
I know, right? So they were saying that the girl one is the trap card.
Alright, these videos are getting kind of worse. So I'm still glad we found at least some gold.
Hey, Colin, are you gonna go here? Oh.
All right, so I should wait. Someone's echoing right now. I think. Never mind.
Is it okay?
I think it's fine. I don't know. I marked less. All right, I'm gonna set this to live. All right, so we will be live. We're live now. Yeah, I'm gonna post this on Reddit,
Alright, cool.
and then where else? Yeah, these teams. Yeah. Candy joined right on time.
Really? Oh, are we? Okay, yeah. Are we started?
We have our first viewer.
Who's our first viewer? Do you know?
Well, Chef Hyla. Hello, he said hi. Okay. So the link to this is in the group, guys, so you can check the YouTube
Whoa.
out. So
Dude, Slack is open in this like weird bar on the side.
yeah. So open that YouTube link to see the
What? This
comments.
is so sick.
Oh, Billy Loon, what is up? What's up, Dogs? Yeah. All right. Okay. We have 5 watching so far.
Hello.
This is sick.
How are you seeing how many people are watching?
Go to the YouTube link and it says like 5 watching now.
Oh. Hi.
Dude, I can't believe there's a Slack integration. This is so sick. Yeah, there's a Slack integration with Google Hangouts. It just is like chilling.
Alright, so how do you navigate this? You got chat here.
Oh. It's like inviting.
Share. Control room.
It's not that. There's a chat.
So,
That's a.
So the chat's
live
connected.
chat.
Oh, I get you. Okay. We're figuring this out.
Everyone. None of us have used this before.
Yeah, seven people are watching.
Remy.
Hello, everyone who's watching. We're waiting for people to come in, and we're also setting up. So, take your time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Scales Live podcast. Oh.
Dude, it's the first episode. Are you excited?
First one.
It's the first episode of Scales Live.
Oh, what happened?
Here's a trick I've been working on. I call it 2.5 hook.
Yaku Plotter is here.
Who's here?
Yaku Plotter.
Hey! Dude, I love that kid. He's sick.
And Nick Developine is here.
This
Wow.
picture's inspired by him.
We're waiting for some more memes to roll in to start our discussion. To start fixing people.
Dude, Colin, what kind of tricks have you been working on recently?
I've been working on tech actually. I can make more tech tricks actually. So, how about you, Patrick? What tricks have you been working on?
I haven't been doing too much recently. I've been working a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just got better at, after contest feel where you like making more tricks. Nice.
Dude, Colin, how do you do the Arata thing you learned?
The hook.
Yeah, the like Iwasawa into like the double fly. It's cheap.
Hold on. Let me post this.
Are you talking about this trick? Like the
Wait, what?
you do like the hook, right? And then you like throw the slack?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that crazy.
It's not. It looks really crazy, but it's not that crazy. I think that's really shit.
I like the one where the slack goes the opposite way. I think it's kind of cool. So it's like here, something like that.
Yeah, I actually taught Daniel Kim that trick earlier in the call. Dan Curly Johnson, okay. Viewers are rolling in.
Right, I gotta post this YouTube link somewhere.
Yeah, be sure to share the YouTube link, by the way.
Yeah. Yo, if people ask us questions in the comments, we'll answer them, right?
Yeah, of course. So if you have any questions or discussion topics.
During AP, this Arata trick, the one.
No, hold on. I'll do it in a second. That one's hard too. The one where he like throws the snack over it. Who else do we have in here so far? Nick Developine, Canny Baskin, Michael Bell. All right, so let me get a yo-yo. This was the trick I was talking about.
I think I should change those black shirts.
No, I think white shirts are the best for you. So I want to give a special shout out to one of our sales members, Andrew Mater. Andrew went viral tonight on Instagram. So if you go on Euro Expert and search "We Made It" spelled MAID, you can actually support Andrew and buy a new factory whip. Even if you use the coupon code SCALES, that's SCALES, you can even get free shipping on that area.
So if you want a whip,
Yeah, if you order Yo Factory whip, you can get it for $6 with free shipping.
I think it comes with string too. I think.
Yeah, it comes with string as well. So.
Hey, 19 people watching.
So this is the trick that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah, that's the one.
So basically, you do the double wrap hook and then you unwrap it once.
Yeah.
And while you're doing that, you like throw the slack over.
Yeah.
And then you like dismount.
Yeah.
And swing the slack over to your other hand. And then
Oh.
Okay, I got it.
Dude, that's sick.
I think that's like his easiest trick, so it kind of like goes to show how hard his tricks are. So for those watching, what was your favorite freestyle from this year's Asia Pacific Yayo Championships? I want to get some discussion going here.
How do you see the chat?
Yeah, so there's a chat on the YouTube link.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
And when do you want to get started?
Start with discussion. We can start discussing, like, I guess a minute from now, like 9, 10.
Oh yeah, we're still early.
We have 18 viewers, or 20 viewers. Okay, this is good. This is good. Be sure to share this link, because if you share this link and we get up to 35 viewers watching consistently, you'll be able to win a free first base yo-yo if you can get the giveaway win. We're not sure what the giveaway is yet, but it'll be good and fair.
Come on, man. I like dropped. I like made a cup of tea and I dropped the whole cup and everything.
Oh, okay. So that's what you dropped?
Yeah, that's how I dropped. That's why I like went away. All right. Okay, so.
Is there a dedicated edition? There's currently not a dedicated edition for the first base, sadly. But it's an interesting idea. Kenny, what was your favorite freestyle from AP this year?
Huh?
What was your favorite AP freestyle this year?
My favorite AP freestyle?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't really watched too many of them, to be honest.
I like Tuki.
Maybe Arata, 2A and 1A.
Yeah.
Takumi, Hakamata,
Of course.
really sick. I actually really liked Ahmad's freestyle. I liked Ahmad's freestyle a lot, even though he didn't hit it very well.
I think Ahmad could have been able to win if he hit his freestyle.
He did. He was clean. Winning.
Yeah, that kind of like relates to like a question that we were asked about like Shion, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I like Hajime's 4A freestyle.
I think Hajime is like one of the cleanest 4A players right now.
Yeah.
It's his painting that makes him look so good.
We'll talk more about it later, but like I just like this freestyle. That's just everything.
So for those commenting, we have some ideas for discussion, but if you have anything you want us to talk about now, then feel free to comment it.
Yeah, we're like okay.
This is really driven by our view.
Yeah, it's driven by you guys, so we have some stuff to talk about, but we'd like to get to what you guys want to hear now first.
And we can call on people too. So.
Someone asked, how can a 1A player make tricks of high quality and potential?
Well, how can a 1A player make tricks with high quality and potential?
Or like consistently?
Consistently.
Yeah, like people who like always make good tricks, you know?
I think you always have to be like working on something.
I think one good key to that is like yo-yoing, I guess, yo-yoing like effectively.
Yeah.
Because instead of like, okay, so theoretically, instead of like just like 1 hour every day, like yo-yoing, not really paying attention, I think like yo-yoing like once a week, but for like 2 or 3 hours and really focused on what you're doing, like what tricks you're doing and stuff is way more like important and better for developing new tricks and stuff. I don't know what you guys think, but that's just like one idea of mine.
Like
I think it's also about understanding cohesive elements that go well together.
Yeah, that too. Like, I think like the trick element library is pretty important in that.
Yeah.
all right, do you want to get started?
Yeah. 22 viewers. It's pretty
That's
good.
good for me.
People
Hello.
watching.
Man.
Scales Live. Hi.
Hi everyone. This is sick.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome. First episode, Scales podcast. So me, Colin, Patrick, Canny, Zaf. Zaf just came back from AP.
Yeah, fresh off.
Ohio.
Someone asked world's top predictions.
World's top prediction.
Okay, let's go over like content. Let's go one at a time. Okay, so JN.
Okay, we can talk about JN first.
Any question about? I think JN's like pretty established at this point. Like everyone knows, like why Shion won.
Yeah, but I feel like JN this year was kind of like one of the worst ones in terms of who competed and stuff.
Like the
Did
lead.
you?
Like there's no Yusuke, no Takeshi, no Yamato.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's really interesting the top two results, like Ryuichi and Shion. Like Ryuichi, do you think Ryuichi would have won if he didn't get a switch out?
So it's weird because I feel like yes, in my opinion, Ryuichi had like a better freestyle overall. But looking at the numbers, I don't think he actually would have been able to.
Right.
Because he still hit everything. Like the switch he had, he missed out on. I'm pretty sure he missed out on like just one element. Like he missed a suicide. But he didn't really miss out on that much.
The recovery was pretty quick.
Yeah.
His recovery wasn't that quick, but
Yeah. So
he was just like,
So Bobby Marker said that he lost in evals. So I think I want to check what evaluations Ryuichi.
yeah, I didn't look at the evals.
I wonder what evaluations Ryuichi beat Shion in actually. Give me just a second.
Okay, other like while Colin's looking that up, 2A.
2A, I feel like watching 2A, everybody kind of like did sort of poorly from watching freestyles. Like, I don't know, the results were definitely fair. Like, they probably would have been the same had everyone done well as far as Takuma Yamamoto winning, because he's kind of like, I think he's the most technical and best 2A player like right now so far.
Yeah.
Arata was cool, but pretty sloppy. He did way better at EP for 2A. And then Hiraku Fuji got second. I think he did pretty well, actually. But yeah, 2A was sort of like low average as well for me. So going back to 1A and Ryuichi, the evaluation categories that Ryuichi actually beat Shion in, he actually didn't beat Shion in anything, looking at this. They tied in a few, but Shion pretty much won in like every regard, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I thought Ryuichi's evals were pretty. They're both good. Yeah.
And I think part of me feels like Ryuichi had better evaluations in some case, but like a common trend I've been noticing is that like judges sort of give high scores to everybody.
Yeah.
That's something that Gentry is like a big.
Yeah.
Eval scores.
So judges will give high scores to like so many people to the point where like it won't really make a difference how much better your routine actually is in some regards.
Yeah.
I feel like less and less as judges like have this like weird, I don't know, conception that like by stepping on stage at like a high tier yo-yo contest, you're automatically like average or above average in like every eval category.
Yeah.
Like simply like isn't true. Like even the best players in the world aren't like perfect like god tier players that can like have like amazing evals in like every single category. Like it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, we actually got a lot of questions about like if Shion is actually the best yo-yoer in the world. And I think it's pretty interesting because we've been talking about that recently.
His results are pretty consistent though. With Japan Nationals and AP, he got 91. Japan Nationals he got 92. So, keeping up that average for two really high level contests is actually, pretty something.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I think Shion. If you look at Shion's like attributes, he always hits his tricks. He always like crams a lot of tricks in terms of how fast he does tricks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. The Shion thing, like everyone is kind of wondering why Shion is like the best or can be beaten. But I think really it's the case that Shion's not unique anyway, but he's really solid, and he's the cleanest in the world right now.
Right.
And cleanliness is like really important. People don't value it enough, and so the people who can do better than him aren't clean enough to beat him.
Exactly. And the thing with Shion is that his performance compared to people like Gentry and Zach or whatever isn't really like top tier or amazing, but it's all just very solid to a point where it's good enough to win. Yeah. And I think it's interesting to say in yo-yo, like to win a yo-yo contest, and I'm not saying this is good or bad, but to win a yo-yo contest, you don't really need to be like amazing. But as long as you have everything to some baseline thing set.
Right, and like when you're like Xion and you have like everything to like some degree, and then like hit all your tricks and do more tricks than like pretty much anyone else, like it's like super hard to beat someone like that. Like if you're just like solid and then like hit everything and do more stuff than everyone else.
Bobby Marker says like it might be cleanliness is the #1 factor in competitive gaming. I think it's true. Like
Well,
I agree.
I think Ryoichi's cleaner than Xion. Like Ryoichi's like way cleaner than Xion, but like Xion just like hits everything.
Except for at Jan where he messed up.
No, but that's not cleanliness. It's just execution.
Oh, execution versus cleanliness.
Yeah, it's execution. Execution.
So question for Bobby. Were you referring to cleanliness in terms of how clean someone's tricks look, or how clean they actually hit their tricks, which is like execution? Just wondering.
Yeah.
I know.
Because there's like a difference.
Yeah, I know that's
Small category or like casual category.
Yeah.
But I agree in the sense. So T.ex. So like tech score basically. So do you mean like whoever has the least negatives is like the most important part? Because in that case, I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having.
Okay, yeah, the clicker.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Okay, I get you now.
So,
yeah, I agree with you.
In the grand scheme of things, for someone to beat out someone else who's like this, typically you have to score a lot higher and like kind of have like more advanced tricks in general, like kind of be ahead of your time. And then even if you have a lot of negatives, you can outscore the other person. But no one is like this right now.
Right.
And
nobody is really like.
Yeah. So like for example, it's like John Ando is one of those people who like even though he has a lot of negatives, his like, 2008 world is like so high clicking it doesn't matter. And Jensen's another one of those, and like Yano. Yes. So like, yeah, but there's no one right now who can like step up above Xion and like make tricks that are kind of like groundbreaking and click in a new way that are like, and then also have decent cleanliness.
Right.
All right, and just a sidebar to people asking questions. We're not ignoring questions. I'm like writing them all down. I just want to move through this like in a somewhat orderly fashion. So currently we're talking about Japan nationals.
And cleanliness and Xion.
Outside of Xion, or like, did you guys have a certain favorite freestyle from the contest?
From AP or JN?
Yeah.
JN.
JN. Takuma 5A.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Takuma's 5A was like one of the.
It is sick. He just
There's
went.
Cleanliness
So
4.7.
So Takuma Inoue's 5A was like so impressive to me, not only because like he packed so many insane tricks in, but it was also cool to just see like a comeback in yo-yoing. Like that doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
Right, it was cool. He just walked on stage and just like chilled out and did like the best freestyle.
Yeah.
He hasn't competed or like shown his face in yo-yoing for 3 years. In fact, he actually recently he posted videos of him doing cigar box juggling.
Yeah.
Which is like
He's been like away from the competitive scene, but he's getting really into cigar box juggling.
The block thing.
Yeah, the like cigar boxes.
So maybe that's the secret to yo-yoing, learning a different skill to translate the attribute.
He's been doing 5A as well, but just not posting it. I mean, like half of his freestyle was new.
Yeah.
yeah, outside of Takuma, I think some other like notable mentions were Takumi Hakamada and Takumi Yasumoto's 4A.
Yes, dude, it's so good.
Yeah, both of them were insane. Takumi Yasumoto won 4A Japan Nationals. I think his qualities are that he has like high risk throughout all of his tricks, and he's just very technical and clean. And I think that's why he came out on top.
Would you compare Takumi Yasumoto more to like Xion or like Tomoya? Like, risk versus cleanliness.
It's kind of weird comparing a 4A player versus a 1A or a 3A. Like, probably, I guess, Tomoya, I'd say.
Okay. Tomoya is also like one of my favorite of that contest.
Yeah. The reason why, because Tomoya does a lot. Tomoya Kurita, 3A, 3-time Japan national champion.
Yeah, 3 times now.
Yeah, he has a lot of like, all of his tricks very similar. That's a good point. Very similar to Takumi Yasumoto. Tomoya has a lot of high risk high risk 3A tricks.
Yeah, and I like Tomoya's freestyle because he kind of is like he just went on stage and like destroyed. Like, he's so comfortable with his tricks at this point and like kind of unstoppable. I'm kind of interested to see how he does it with this.
Right.
And then Takumi Hakamada on the other hand.
Right.
He pretty much is like integrated. So I've noticed for the past 2 or 3 years, he's always had like insane tricks, but he just never has hit them. But this year he's like managed to do amazing in competition. He placed 3rd at Japan Nationals and recently 2nd at Asia Pacific, both with great freestyles. And yeah, he's kind of just like all bangers, and it's pretty like cool to see.
I think 1A needs Hakamata, like someone to provide something different and groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually funny. I watched some of JN live with Kevin Nicholas and Shane Lubecker at MWR. And Kevin and I watched Takamata's freestyle live, and like Kevin was just like going crazy the whole time. Like he was like legit just like yelling at the computer because he thought it was like so insane. And I was like, it's like cool that like US banger guy or like is like super stoked on 4A banger guy. So like I don't know. It'd be cool if like someone could be like the Hakamata of 1A, but like I feel like it's impossible.
Some other mentions that people were saying in the comments. Adrian brought up Yoa Sakai, who is the guy that won Extreme Trick. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
No, if anyone here hasn't seen this, like we need to put
I'll find a link to this and post in the comments. But it's basically someone at Japan Nationals, there's an Extreme Trick winner, and basically it's like they give an award to like the coolest, like most insane trick they saw in the freestyles. And this guy did 5A with 2 yo-yos. So I'm gonna find this and post it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Remy.
Yeah. Yuiga Suzuki.
Yeah, Yuiga Suzuki.
And Masahiro.
Yeah, and Masahiro. I thought both of them were really good. I was really surprised by both of them actually.
Right.
Yuiga placed 5th in 1A. Masahiro placed 4th.
Yuiga was so good. Yuiga was like insanely good.
So Yuiga Suzuki, it was his first time in finals at JN, and he placed 5th.
Right. Yeah, it was crazy.
So that's like very like insane for that to happen.
Yeah, high level, a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think he's very clean as well. I think he probably had the cleanest freestyle, and and he also has some like pretty good like tricks altogether. Honestly, I know that makes me sound like he's not that good, but he has some pretty like insane throws in his freestyle and stuff.
Yeah, dude, true. Like cool throws. It was sick.
Yeah.
Crazy around the world, like.
Okay. AP. We're done, Jan. I think.
We're done, Jan.
Gotta take a minute to appreciate the trick, though.
Yeah. Can we like cast this? How's this go?
I like Masahiro JN too. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, Masahiro is one of my favorite 1A players in general. So.
Kevin Nicholas commented that Takumi was like his dream freestyle.
You're right.
Kevin, I'm rooting for you to do something like that. I seriously hope someone in 1A does that.
We have like some questions about like choosing songs and song choice diversity.
Yeah. Okay.
So just like to quickly address this, it's really hard to choose good freestyle songs.
Yeah, I struggle every contest.
There's like this weird balance in freestyle songs where you have to choose a song that has music use and like I guess showmanship, right?
Yeah, good construction in the music.
Yeah, it has to have good construction and music use. So music use is kind of like music cues. The best way to explain it is like Gentry 2015 Worlds, and then like showmanship would be like Zach's 2015 Worlds.
Yeah.
And having a song that can do both of those is also, and then like also new, and then also your tricks fit to it. It's actually pretty hard. To choose a song to get high evals in both of those categories. So what happens is people find some songs that work really well, and then or people use other people's songs just because of the fact that it like works well, and it's really hard to find a good song. So I don't think like if you use someone else's, like if you use like Iori song, like I don't think Iori will get mad at you because Iori used someone else's song, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. And then like I guess what kind of Adrian had asked what kind of songs you guys look for. So I don't know. I kind of have been trying to like switch it up recently. With different
Yeah,
types.
I'm switching it up for World. I usually switch it up for World.
Yeah.
I think it also depends on the pacing of the music that you choose. For instance, like, you know, creating different segments that allow you to do different types of tricks to create variation, proper transitioning.
Yeah, I forgot about that. One of the other points in music choice is that you have to do music use, showmanship, and also variation. And that's kind of like an indirect music choice option because you have to have variation in your tricks, but your tricks have to match up to the music. So you need slower tricks, you need faster tricks. So you have to have a song that has slow parts and fast parts at the same time. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of criteria. If you can just make your own song, that would be ideal. But
so on top of it, someone had asked, what's up with the lack of song choice diversity? And I think it's pretty much for that reason that EDM music is kind of like the most ideal and easy way to kind of get the best of both of those worlds, I'd say.
yeah, EDM
Follow.
have a lot of songs that correlate. There are songs out there that don't have to. Like Zach's 2016 Worlds was a really good song.
Right.
My Body's a Cage. I like Yamato's Joycey song. Kick the Habit Alone.
Yeah, that one's good too.
That one's good.
That brings up a point. So, like, if EDM follows a cue, what if players use music that has more flow?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, like if players use music and play according to the flow, not so much the cues.
Yeah, but like the music use can.
So it's pretty much hard to get both. And like Micah Wingell said that like he never settles on one that he likes, and I kind of feel the same way. Like I feel like every contest I attend, like I make a freestyle like a month before, and then I'm like, okay, wait, no, this one isn't good. I don't like it because it's song. Then so that happened 3 or 4 times for me. Actually.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's tough.
Stuff. For the most part, the stressful part is finding the song.
David,
I would say most players take the longest to find a song.
David Kane had asked what inspired Colin to use Two-Door Cinema Club. So I used Two-Door Cinema Club with Pennsylvania States last week. The freestyle isn't on YouTube or anything. So, but I guess what inspired me to do that was, I don't know. I just wanted to do something different. I guess it worked fine. So.
You ever build a freestyle around the song? Yes, a lot of top players.
So I think that's like the route that most people actually.
Yeah, we'll choose a song first and then build a freestyle around it. Rarely the other way around.
Yeah.
Did you ever yo-yo to folk music?
Ooh.
Folk music.
I'm sure someone has definitely had to yo to folk music before.
Actually, I think my final song for Worlds is folk, technically.
Really?
No way.
Cool.
You're gonna use Writings on the Wall for nationals, right?
For nationals?
Yeah, Writings on the Wall.
I could, but I'm probably not. I could.
No, I thought that was last year.
Oh, last year, yeah, I used Writing.
Yeah, that was cool. I thought that was a cool music choice.
That's a good song. I think.
Good choice. I like that one.
I would reuse that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different.
Okay. Can you explain the new evals for Worlds? Perfect.
Yeah. So this is also another.
What's about this?
They're like,
okay.
They're like simpler. It's like easy. I think it's like easier to understand almost.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Just a preface, like the JYYF, or is it the IYYL?
IYYF. International.
IYYF.
The International Yo-Yo League introduced new eval rules for 2017. So the judging structure changed a little bit. There's differences, but they're kind of important. So
I can run through this. So this is kind of hard to explain because it gets like kind of complicated. But basically, for the past few years, there have been 8 evaluation categories in total: 4 technical, 4 performance. I guess I'll run through those. The technical ones were cleanliness, which is I guess how clean your tricks and overall like presentation is. Execution is how few misses you have. Variation is I guess the type of tricks that you do and how well you do them. and rareness was, I guess, like how unique you were compared to most. And they got rid of rareness for this year, actually, mostly because people would argue that it was kind of like hard to determine, I guess. And for performance, it used to be music use, which is pretty self-explanatory. All these are pretty self-explanatory, I'd say. Showmanship, space use, which is, I guess, like how effectively you use the stage, and also what was the body control, which I guess is also, this is probably the weirdest category, I think, and it basically talks about
the most trouble with body.
I actually want Mark to talk about body control because I think Mark's the best at it in our group.
Yeah, like body control is like, the best way to explain it is you have, so it's kind of like it's like cleanliness, but with your whole body. I think that's the best way to explain it. And so you have to have tricks that are structured around showing that you can be clean, but like with your whole body. That's a little bit weird, but I guess the best way to explain it would be Yusuke's like Hele hop combo, the one that's upside down. And Gentry also. The two top players with body control are Yusuke and Gentry, I would say, typically. Yusuke's combo that's like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, to sum it up, like, the body control is kind of like how you like move your body in accordance to the tricks you do. But I guess moving on from this, what they did with performance was that they actually split music use into two like separate things. One of which being construction, and that was kind of like the Zach Gormley freestyles we were talking about. I guess like the overall like mood and tone of your freestyle. And then the other category is choreography, which is, I guess, more so the Gentry type, in which like just strict music cueing. So yeah, those are the evaluation changes.
Yep.
There's no rareness.
Yeah, so no rareness. And
Sorry.
Yeah, that's another important thing, is that there's no rareness in the new judging structure.
do you get Kevin?
So rare.
Kevin Nicholas had asked, do you guys make new tricks to go with newly chosen music as well? I don't. But
I do, but that's just because of like doing it. Are you talking about like you choose a song that's newer, or like you choose a song first and then you make a trick that corresponds with the song? Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, I do that. I listen to music a ton when I'm yo-yoing, so I like always find myself yo-yoing to like the beat of the music.
Yeah, no, but he means like you choose a song and then you make a trick just to go with the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So
Back to AP. Hold on.
well, no.
Is there any other results from AP?
There's still more questions about evaluations, I think. Mike Durdak asks, so it's more subjective? I don't know.
I think the people's there's like a dichotomy. I think people's criticism of the judging structure is that it's like flawed in a way, but I think the judging structure is fine. The way it's executed is flawed, and so you have a lot of judging panels that are like not perfect. I think ideally it works very well.
Right.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
There are criteria for each performance eval, and it does like work out correctly. There is like a proper rubric, but a lot of people interpret it differently. You can say that like the scaling thing can help, but I think there's some flaws to it.
Yeah, so I guess, I don't know, it's kind of like hard to say whether it's more or less subjective because like in theory all of the criteria is subjective and that like judges click tricks on like their own scale and whatnot, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah. In a perfect world, it should work properly, but judging isn't perfect. Like the judges themselves aren't perfect. I think there isn't demand for like judges and people who are in judging.
And then Bobby Marker asked, do you think it would work with perfect/uniform judging?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Someone had asked, what are the implications of the new structure? How will it change the yo-yo meta game?
Okay, so the
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
summary. No, I mean you can explain this more because I'm not like too perfect on the new.
Well, I think it'll honestly just cause people. I guess, long story short, it'll cause people to be more attentive to their music use and less attentive to them trying to break the meta of what yo-yo tricks do because they're getting rid of it.
Essentially. Like the quick summary of it is that it's more music oriented and less rareness oriented.
Adrian asked, "What's the best way to maximize your performance eval other than music?" What do you guys think?
Well,
I don't-
actually, to be fair,
Just read.
wait, what? Go ahead.
Just like read the eval category and like try and find players who have like good examples of that.
I would say that the music use is technically only a quarter of their performance score, and so you shouldn't actually sweat music. Like
Yeah, and like,
there's things other than music.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for like body control specifically, think about how you can accentuate your yo-yo tricks with body movements instead of just adding body movements into yo-yo tricks that don't really need them.
yeah,
So
I
like what a lot of people will just like try and do like random footwork because they like think footwork is cool. But like if you're just doing it for no reason and it's not improving your trick in any way, your body control score won't go up.
yeah. So I think that was all for eval questions, unless anyone has anything else. So you guys want to talk about Asia Pacific now? I assume.
Yeah. So we'll do JN and Asia Pacific and then go into world essentially.
Okay.
Sounds good. Xi'an won. Essentially.
Yeah, Xi'an. Yeah, Xi'an's unstoppable, man. He's won everything.
And like Xi'an won just for reasons that we talked about before. Like he's just the cleanest person.
Right.
I don't know. It's
He has a textbook win, and like he can be beaten. I don't think like some people say, oh, he cracked the code. Like no one can beat him. I think people can definitely beat him.
Yeah.
He's just like out Xi'an. There's like he's just very solid.
Yeah. Xi'an just goes clean. Like Xi'an goes so clean and like does more tricks than everyone, and it's hard to beat someone who does that. And like he won by like 10 points, so it shows.
The big margin. Most people are like trick. He's like trick.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything like that remarkable in terms of his tricks. There's not any one moment in his freestyle where you go, like, well, I can't believe he did that. It's just kind of like he just does the most
In the short.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
I think
whenever I watch, I never feel like blown away by his creativity or anything. He just does like, if you were to like write down all of the different types of tricks, he just like does like a couple of each and like the most of them. And if he lands 90% of his stuff, and then the second person gets like 70% of their stuff done, or even 80 at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think the best way to look at Xi'an, like, because I really appreciate Xi'an's yo-yoing, is like how he can pause the yo-yo so quickly. It's really hard.
Yeah, he has good momentum use, I
He
guess.
has really good
Yeah.
momentum. I think that's like his really strong suit.
Yeah, Xi'an has like really good yo-yo control.
Yeah, he has really good control of his yo-yo. And so
Really-
if you watch his freestyle, just watch how he pauses the yo-yo, despite going at like a ridiculously fast speed. That's where he excels and goes past everything.
And everything he does is like really big too. Like an Eli hop is like never like under exaggerated or anything. Like everything like he just like goes in all the way.
Yeah, that's also a good point.
That's a good point, yeah. I don't really focus on, like, whenever I'm doing anything, I never focus on that. Well, I definitely should.
Yeah. So there is stuff to learn from Xi'an, though, obviously.
There's a lot of stuff going through Xi'an.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's, everything's so concise, and, like, you look at it on the surface, it doesn't seem that impressive, but as you keep looking at, like, all the little things that he does in order to make everything better, you realize that there's so much thought and effort put into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Outside of Xi'an, it was cool that Hirotaka got second, I think.
Yeah, I'm really happy for Hirotaka that he's like so well this year.
Oh yeah, he's killing it. He's my favorite in Japan right now. I think he's like, he's really pushing it.
Yeah,
What do you think of Hirotaka's music use?
Dude, it's
Grime.
Does he get high music scores?
I'm not sure. I guess he gets at least above average, I'd assume, but I don't know. His music is themed well, I think.
Right.
For GN music use, he got higher than Xion.
Really?
That's like, okay, yeah, see,
She has really normal music. It's funny when you like compare him to everyone else. It's just like he just did like 5 or 6 more, like he did like 3 or 4 more combos altogether than everyone else, and that basically is what puts him over the top. And he lands everything.
Mhm.
It's really nothing like it's nothing else that he does like extremely.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate that Chien's kind of on top right now because it goes to show that like if you just go really clean and you practice a lot, like
right.
So cleanliness is one of the biggest factors that
you doesn't
makes
mystify the top tier.
Who else was good from AP? I actually really liked Polo's freestyle this year.
Almost freestyle was like
I wasn't. Polo got 5th. I honestly, to be honest, I was not expecting Polo to like hit as many tricks as he did and stuff. Like it's pretty cool. Like
He hit a lot. He hit a
really-
lot.
patience.
And I think he improved a lot in terms of his freestyle construction as well, in
Right.
comparison to like
Yeah.
Zeph, you hang out with Polo a bunch, right?
what?
Do you hang out with Polo a bunch, like in recent history?
Yeah, quite.
What is his mindset like towards competing like?
Well, I mean, he comes from a place where there's not many 1A players, but he's just creative in making his own tricks. So in terms of making raw tricks, he's really good at that. But in terms of making a freestyle, he's not that good at that
Yeah,
yet.
I think he still has like a bit to go. I think one of his only flaws, I would say, is when he does like really hard tricks, he doesn't present them very well, and so I think
Yes.
he's underappreciated.
And also sometimes like putting too many difficult tricks in such a concise manner like undervalues the trick as well.
Yeah, he makes it like way too difficult for what it's worth. And that's a good thing. That's fine.
I
Like,
think that's one of his best qualities as well. That like
yeah,
his presentation of tricks, where like if I would do it or if like many other people do it, is kind of just like
Wouldn't look the same.
yeah, it looks like nice, but it doesn't look like he really puts like a wow. He puts like a garnish on it.
yeah. I feel like Polo could really become one of the top players, like out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Other good freestyles in 1A.
Ahmad,
I thought Daiki's freestyle was pretty cool. It was like something different. He kind of like all these tricks are something you don't really see in like competition. It's kind of like all like arm or body tricks, like really good body control and spaces.
Good presentation of tricks as well. His tricks are not the hardest, but at
Yeah.
least each trick is a proper click. Like it's quite efficient that way.
Mhm.
Hirotaka was good.
You got pretty hyper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ahmad was my favorite. I think Ahmad has like the best like balance and blend of yo-yo tricks of
That's
like any player.
I
I
would-
like didn't really like think about that until AP, but I watched his freestyle. I was like, dude, he's like so balanced.
I would say that if I'm on this freestyle, I'd like put money on him winning, honestly.
If Ahmad went clean, do you think he'll be close to beating Xion then?
I don't think that Xion could compare even, and I think that's the case for a lot of people. I
Yeah.
think like everyone's trying to stretch like everything they have out too far. Where I feel like if most people like if a lot of top contenders took it back like 10 or 20%, they'd be able to like get right at that same level.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Not like a lot of people, but many people.
So quick aside about Polo, Joe Black asks, talking about Polo, how to score 3.0 plus hooks. So typically most judges, this is like a really quick aside, people score 3.0 hook the same score that they would click 2.5 hook,
As well as 2.0.
as well as 2.0 hook. And
It's really rare to see them go from 2 to 3 clicks.
yeah,
Like-
and like you can say that 2.5 deserves 2, like if there's 4 or whatever, but like usually the 3.0 scores the same as the 2.5 and 2.0. So like the only pro of doing 3.0 and 3.5 and 4 is that you already did 2.0 and you already did 2.5. You can also get more points for doing 2.5 and 4.
It's just like stocking up on the bases.
Yeah, but like it wouldn't give you any more points.
It's basically like adding in another set of elements.
It's like adding another set of elements, essentially. Yeah. So it's not bad to do, but it's not going to score you.
Yeah, Polo was cool. Daiki is cool. I still think that Arata is pretty sick. He's like probably the most like mind blowing one at third of me right now.
Yeah, Ratta's so good.
We had the question before about guideline for technical combos.
Oh, scoring tech.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like, who are some technical years that you guys could like think right now that are like really like high scoring? Obviously, Takeshi.
I think Takeshi is the top one.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to be like very technical and do both, obviously, and that's for a number of reasons.
Technical, yeah,
Which I'd say one of which is because the elements are kind of harder to actually like vision. As well as technical tricks are kind of like harder in some cases, while you see this more.
Yeah. I think like we should take from like if you're gonna construct technical young for a freestyle, you should like the reason that Takeshi gets so high is because he presents his tech tricks very cleanly.
Very well, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he gets high scores, and so that's what you should probably into. But like if you're in a technical mount, you're doing something very complicated. It's really hard to see from a judging standpoint, and so like the way Takeshi does it's very clear actually if you're like looking at it.
For sure.
So would you say that on top of having the trick itself, you need to add a flair to it in order for it to be better? A flair, yeah.
Arata 2A.
Arata 2A was amazing, dude. Seeing it live was sick.
So
yeah. And then 3A Hajime.
Hajime was insane. I think he's so clean. It's insane how refined he is.
Yeah.
Oh, the last trick where he did the double side.
Yeah, the horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hajime also won. Who got second in 3A?
So here you go. That was a dope freestyle.
Oh, that's cool.
Have you watched it yet?
No, I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's really good. I would highly recommend it, dude. He presented he did like banger 3A.
Like Pat Ford.
Pretty much, but in a better way.
Oh, shade.
Okay.
Oh, shade.
So Hajime also won 4A.
Yeah, Hajime's 4 was also very refined.
Wait, he won 4A too?
Yeah. I kind of preferred Takumi Hakamada's freestyle over his. He plays
Me
second.
too.
Of course, but then it goes back to the whole cleanliness thing, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, 4 is a lie.
Although I don't know. Yeah. So like a few people clicked the two freestyles, and this is like a whole discussion on its own. But Takumi Hakamada scored like a lot higher than Hajime.
In some people's books, but I guess the argument for Hajime is that solo could potentially be like a multiplier for how well you honestly score. So there's probably a huge attribute as to why.
Right.
I feel like Soloham kind of just like confuses judges, and they don't really know like what to do. They're sort of just like, oh well, this looks kind of hard. I might as well give it a couple of clicks, and like it's not very like I feel like it's like not very precise. Like even when I judge Soloham, I don't feel like I'm very precise.
I really strongly agree with that. I think that it's one of those things where it's like we have the system in place, and then someone does something to really shake it up, and everyone just pretends that the system still works.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, no one like no. Oh, like
I think
they're just like, oh yeah, no, it's like like we're not gonna like ruin the contests for this. Like we'll just like let it slide. We'll just like
a good point.
try it.
A good point against that though is that last year at Worlds, for instance, Ray Iwakura hit a perfect freestyle and did a lot of solo hum. But second place actually scored a 60 in tech.
He scored a 60 in tech?
Yeah, second place did, not Ray.
See,
okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. That's fine.
So no judge actually had Ray in first, which means maybe solo hum is very like case by case depending on who judges.
Who got second? Was it?
Yubasa.
Okay, that's what I figured. But Tsubasa, if you watch Tsubasa's like freestyle, like Tsubasa, like every element is like double click.
Yeah.
Tsubasa's like the double click king. Like all he does is like
Hardest tricks.
impossible tricks.
Solomon's
Yeah.
kind of like doing like the hat tricks in 1A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Do a flip and it goes back into the hat, and then you do a whip.
Okay.
Okay, so how angry would you be if one year, like, someone got on stage, right, and they did the best hat tricks ever, and the judges had to kind of be like, I guess, like, he really like just destroyed everyone else with his hat.
Yeah.
Like, you would be so upset, and I feel like that's how the 4A competitors must feel when Ray wins.
Yeah, because Ray's been doing it for a long time, like way more than everyone else. And
Ray's just like who's that guy who won in 2003, like Brent Dillinger?
what?
He's like the Brent Dillinger of 4A. Like
Also,
Brent Dillinger just like it's like he had like the worst trick, like the most degenerate tricks. And, like the craziest performance elements. Like he's just like a cheese ball sort of guy. I mean, like Yo-Yoing was like a much more cheese ball-y thing back then. Like
Yeah. But like Yuki didn't win.
well, yeah, like he was like especially cheesy.
Yeah.
Like, and like he would just like do like triple laceration, like hook, like it was like all stupid stuff that like really like when you look back at it doesn't add up at all. Like the best impression I can do is he's just kind of like let me get a nice angle. It's just kind of like this stuff, where it's like just like some triple hooks. I think he did like a bunch of Eli hops. It looked like Mickey, but like without the heart and soul and love that Mickey has.
Yeah. I think only in 2017 are people starting to address solo ham as like a thing.
Yeah, I think it's like solo ham gate.
And I think the takeaway is that solo ham is not going to score high. Essentially.
Yeah, Solheim's not sustainable. People are figuring it out.
There's one judge who's just like every time like there's a barrel roll, he gives it another click. Like, the first one is 2, and then the rest is all 1.
So if you go with the argument, what if a player does an entire freestyle made out of solo ham? Would that click highest than everyone?
If he has all different tricks, I guess like still all of the same things apply. So it's like you'd have to make 3 minutes of solo ham tricks, which is like 100 minutes of regular tricks.
It's 100 minutes of regular tricks.
I liked Hajime's foray freestyle though, regardless. Like not even his solo ham stuff, but just the regular foray. I thought was really good.
Ray?
But,
No, Hajime.
Yeah, Hajime is too good, man.
Yeah, he's really good at foray, just regular foray.
He makes me upset, like upset that like I've been doing it for so much longer and I'm not close to that good at anything. Like in my whole life, I'm not good at anything like that.
Someone told me that Hajime steals a lot of Ryuichi's tricks. Is that true?
A lot of whose tricks?
Ryuichi?
I heard he steals some of Kieran's tricks.
Foray?
I heard he steals some of Kieran's tricks.
like Kieran has great foray. Hiding. And
here's my favorite up and coming foray player.
Okay, hold on. One last. Yoshihiro Abe won 5A with like 10 points.
What?
Yeah, that freestyle's pretty sick.
Yeah, so the 5A winner was Yoshihiro Abe.
And in Japan Nationals, if you don't know who he is, he was the one who threw his
yo-yo.
model got his food in the crowd.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
It was really it was like 0 to 100, honestly. Him going from getting DQ'd at JN to
Did we talk about the guy who did like
Here to win.
in a row?
what?
What's his name? Thawir?
Oh, here, yeah.
Yeah, that was so sick.
I think Tanya's 1A freestyle was probably the best freestyle of Singapore Nationals in AP.
Yeah.
Some highlights were that he purposely restarted his yo-yo 4 times, proceeded to cut the string, and then switch the yo-yo.
Would you encourage that type of stuff, or would you discourage it?
I typically would discourage it, but it's fine.
I know for some reason there was something about that wasn't that cringeworthy or.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. In other cases, I feel like I'd be pretty annoyed, but I don't know. For some reason, that was really funny to me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he did a butt thump. Yeah, I felt fine with it, but like I would never ever encourage anyone to do that on the main stage, you know?
Right.
But that's the thing, because the Nationals and AP is the same contest in the same stage.
Yeah, for Singapore.
I honestly feel like kind of bad for him because like I feel like his 1A freestyle is getting a lot of attention, but he worked like really hard on his 3A freestyle.
Very so good.
Like his 3A was like really sick, but then like everyone's like, "Oh, this dude's 1A was crazy, man."
What was the division? What was the other division that they did? It was
The Ditto division.
We're getting a lot of questions for Ditto division.
Ditto division was the best thing.
Yeah, so Ditto division is where you walk on stage and just impersonate someone.
It's just so inside baseball, though. It's like it's so specific and like so. There's like you go up on stage and you do this freestyle that like out of the like maybe 15,000 people in the world that yo-yo, there's only 1,000 people watching this contest, and then maybe 100 total who get what you're doing.
Okay, so I think one of my favorites actually I think was Brian Lowe from Singapore, and he impersonated Chang.
That
was definitely the best one. Did you see it, Mark?
No, I have to watch it later.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the Ditto division. That's sick.
David Kane requests for you, Bergie, to do a Brent Ditto freestyle. Brent Dillinger Ditto.
What's your if anyone here was to do a Ditto freestyle, who would you choose?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I was just about to ask that.
That's the first.
I feel like the easiest one would probably be Yuki, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, it would be Gentry.
Yeah, Gentry's up there.
In terms of like people, like Polo did a Takeshi one, and I like didn't really realize who it was until I really that one was hard to recognize.
I think the music is so iconic that we associated with Takeshi.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta go with the real classics, right?
Yeah. Like how he did Black.
Yeah, Black you can tell right away. Like Demi's was really good.
I would do Jensen 2009 Worlds.
What?
Freestyle.
What? Which one?
Jensen 2009 Worlds.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That one's like very funny.
It's very funny.
3 Worlds is a good point. Janosch, would you do Janosch?
I'll do Janosch.
I feel like
be hard.
Janosch.
I'll do Arats at Umai.
What a stupid.
I'd probably just do Ryuichi
one of these tricks.
Semi.
Yeah, I think Ryuichi's World Semi would be.
Yeah, Ryuichi World Semi or like Bergie World Semi.
2016 or 17?
2016.
I think
the sing along version.
I think
This year I'm just gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna have a sing along.
acapella.
Yeah, I wonder if I can get that song in acapella.
Speaking of which, Worlds. Any predictions?
Oh, someone had asked who here is going to Worlds. I'll be at Worlds.
Okay, so I think all of us except for Canny are going to Worlds.
We're going on this.
Hey, I won't be there.
Oh no, you're going there, right?
We'll be announcing more information about the Scales World Tour later.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skills World Tour.
We're all competing. I'm competing in 1A and 5A.
Mark, welcome 5A. I'm excited for you.
20 and 3A, and then the rest of it just continue.
I hope you top, Mark.
Dude, I wish I was going to Worlds. The venue looks tight.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You're joking, bro. How often can you say that?
Predictions for 1A final?
What'd you say?
1A finals prediction?
Xi'an.
John?
Yeah.
Kieran.
Is there anyone else who can beat?
Oh yeah, I vote Kieran.
Yeah,
Kieran World.
I think Kieran is the most capable to win Worlds. Like that sounds like I'm saying it sarcastically, but I think he's the most capable.
Providing he goes clean, though.
Yeah, provided Kieran is on his A game, Kieran, we're rooting for you.
Oh yeah, if Kieran goes clean, he'll win Worlds. But
Actually, I'm like between Xi'an and Gentry. Actually,
Yeah, so I guess
What about Yana, guys?
my ideal prediction would be Kieran first, Xi'an second, and then Hirotaka third.
I can't believe. I don't know. I have hope in the USA.
Oh yeah,
I
Gentry.
think that Gentry
Yeah,
could.
USA. Team USA. Gentry
I
scales.
think Gentry could potentially win.
I think I'd like to see Gentry win. If Gentry,
Like no one knows what Gentry's doing right now, right?
if Gentry's doing something new and fresh, I'd love to see Gentry.
Yeah, Gentry's he's been working on a freestyle like all year. So I don't
Dude,
think
what if Gentry did like a tech freestyle?
he's doing.
Just total change up.
he came out with 0 performance.
Like, he won't do that.
As far
Confirmed.
as I know, Gentry's working on a tech-oriented freestyle, and then, like that's just from what I've like heard. So yeah, it's potentially possible.
What do you think about Ryuichi's chances?
I don't think Ryuichi will go.
I don't think Ryuichi's going. I wish Ryuichi was going.
Is Yusuke competing?
Ryuichi's sick. I also don't think Yusuke is going, and I wish Yusuke was going.
Not
Yeah,
many.
Luke Trotwine mentioned that last year Takeshi got the same tech score as Xi'an, even though he did like way worse. So I think that's a good like insight to show that Xi'an probably isn't really like the best of the best right now. By any means.
Yeah, Xi'an's definitely beatable, but the thing is, if no one steps up to go beat him, then Xi'an's just gonna win him.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah. It's not Xi'an like messing up. It's like other people like not
being able to beat him.
getting
Stepping
to
up.
his level. Like he's easily beatable if like other people were just to like hit their freestyles and like
Right.
focus a little more on other stuff. I don't know. It's like no one's done it yet.
Joey said to take into note the judging system's changing, which makes the judging fit Gentry style even more.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So yeah, that's definitely something to note. And players will definitely have to like take that into account when building their freestyles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got tap shoes.
I got the new Turbo Edge team shirts actually have like little wings right here. Like you see your arm and your lat.
For Bird,
Yeah. This you can like
dude, that's cool. Bird got a signature shirt.
yeah. Any prediction for Worlds is it's probably like Shu or Shinji, right?
I don't think Shinji will go. I'm gonna say Worlds.
You going?
I'd predict Takuma Yamamoto to win the Worlds today.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I predict.
I think it'll be close between him and Shu.
And then I really hope Tomoyo wins 3A.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, same.
I love to see Tomoyo win 3A.
Yeah. And then I hope to see Takumi Hakumata win 4A.
If he goes, I'd love to see Takumi Hakamata win. As well, if Takumi Yasumoto can go, I think he has a really strong.
Yeah, my top 3 is like Takumi Yasumoto, Takumi Hakumata, Philip White.
Yeah, and then Philip White. If Philip White goes, I'd root for Philip White, Team USA, hands down.
Yeah, Team USA.
And then 5A, who am I doing?
Takuma.
Takuma.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my meaningless vote to Mark.
Yeah, I'd love to see Mark's surprise in top 3.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Yoshihiro Abe went from 5A to couch and then back again.
5A to couch. Hajime win 1A. Hajime's not competing in 1A.
Nah, I don't think Hajime's competing in Worlds for 4A. Maybe do you think?
I hope so.
Yeah, Ayumi 4A is cool. I don't know if he can win Worlds though.
Ahmad to get top 5. Do you think Ahmad can get top 5?
Yes.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, Ahmad can get top 5 at Worlds.
Ahmad has to start from wild card this year.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's wild. Get it?
I don't think he's got problems like.
I think Ahmad could probably win, right? If he just went clean.
He's
Yeah,
also-
yeah, sure.
If Ahmad just like did his AP freestyle and like hit his tricks, I don't know. He would have a shot.
Have a shot, really.
Low key, like potential winners. That like Tall. I don't think his tech ceiling's high enough to win, right?
I don't think so. I think Tall would get outclicked by people.
Like I
I
think
mean, his eval ceiling is pretty high, which like might be able to secure him like a top 10 finish or like top 5 even. But I don't know if he could win.
Yeah, I think his yo-yoing is about as good as Gentry's. Like Gentry's like last year at nationals,
Right.
but I don't think he has the same performance as good as he is. You know.
Yeah, Gentry's eval ceiling is like way higher. Even though like Tall's is like already like pretty high.
Okay, so one thing to note though is Gentry's eval ceiling is high, but if everybody gets pretty high evals, then does that really matter much?
Yeah, it kind of just normalizes. It's weird. It's this weird like paradox.
Yeah, that's Gentry's problem with judges.
Talk about Inoue will be at Worlds. That question asked.
Nice.
I'm excited to see that freestyle again, even if he does the same one. I want to see it live.
Sid will win. Sid is not going to Worlds.
It will not be at Worlds, sadly.
No.
His prize will be missed.
Adrian thinks Sid Seed will win.
Yeah, he's not going. Is Jelly? So Jelly and Takeshi are not competing, right?
I don't think so. No, Jake.
Oh, that means that like his 5A will actually be cool.
Yeah.
5A will actually be cool.
No, it's like 2A was never cool because Shinji would just win and there would be like no reason to watch. Like there's just someone like dressed up in like a panda suit or something like.
Dude, I feel like 5A is like only cool if like Takeshi competes.
So 5A, we have some people. We have like
John, you going?
talking about Inoue, John Woo,
Sora's not.
Oh man,
Hideo.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, 5A's lit. Never mind.
yo, if John won Worlds, I would just start bawling.
If John won Worlds, I would like book a flight to Iceland the next day.
I would start bawling and he would be totally emotionless.
Oh, like cool, like I won.
Cool.
I'm world champion, sweet. I'm trying to think about like other like potential like 1A contenders. Anyone else from the US? If you're from the US, is a 1A contender.
I'd love to see Zach. I'd love to see Zach like try to win again, but
So Zach is working on a freestyle. I talked to him about it, but like,
I don't see Zach's tricks as being as valuable anymore.
I think it's a solo Hamgate argument, essentially, like for why he does well.
Yeah, I pretty much. I think that like he has like a very similar thing to Chuck going on, where it's like undisputably like one of the best yo-yoers in the world, but like I'm not sure how Zach scores anymore.
I mean, it worked for him last year at Worlds.
I know. I'm just thinking about the BAC results like an asshole.
Right, when Jerry Longoria.
Yeah, where there were all great judges. No one specifically. It was not good. No, I don't even know how bad the judging was, but like, because I kind of agreed with the results. It's not like
I thought results at BAC were very fine, honestly.
I was fine with BAC results. I don't know. Some of it I was like kind of confused about, but like overall the placement I like could see why it was
when you
there.
watch it, it makes a lot of sense. On first watch, I feel like you would have been there and like.
I thought Yuki won after watching them live.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's no one. It's the same thing with. He's like the Shion of that contest.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how Yuki does at Worlds because Yuki didn't make finals at Japan Nationals. He did pretty poorly, but I think he's coming into Worlds with like a pretty strong mindset that he needs to like do well. Obviously. So, Yuki Nishisako.
Oh yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there anything else?
Any questions from anyone?
Content-wise until after Worlds, so we can stop talking about content.
Any more questions? We're taking final questions.
Final questions.
Anyone check their Reddit? Was there anything on Reddit that we missed?
This was.
I think it was.
Oh wait, guys, did we get? No. How many viewers did we get? Did we do a giveaway or something?
We did not get enough viewers.
22.
Next time, I hope to see that number reach giveaway. I think it's a good.
We'll definitely.
One more question. One that we missed on Reddit. Who has the best flow and why is it Jason Lee?
That's a bad question. I'm just kidding. All questions are good questions. It's a bad question.
Okay, this is a really good question. Nationals prediction. It's like 5A for every division, essentially.
Wait, what was it?
U.S. Nationals prediction.
I don't know who's going. I mean, I'm assuming Gentry will just win. Like, I'm assuming he'll win by like a 20-point margin.
I'll be there.
Wait, who else is going?
I'm going.
Oh, you are? Then I don't know. It really depends on the judging then.
Yeah.
Like, and the amount of cleanliness. Like, I think Colin will be top 3 for sure if it's just going to be Gentry and Colin.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that like in the top 3 though, like Nate, Nader, Kirby, Evan. Like a lot of people are pretty close to each other and still, I think.
Yeah, I'm not going to Nats because I disagree with where it is, and I don't disagree with where it is. That's a stupid thing to say. I don't want to go to Chico, and also there's no reason to go because you get no seed and no money. So
I'm very upset how they did that with the seed, but it's okay. I'll still go. I'm excited to go to Chico again. Hopefully, the hotel. The sad thing though, what I'm most upset about is that the Holiday Inn isn't the official hotel.
Yeah, what is there's no nostalgia value. There's
Not
no
really much nostalgia. Hopefully, there's a Denny's nearby. It's not the same venue either.
Nationals go to Denny's. And on top of that, also you have to go to Jamba Juice.
Yeah, Jamba Juice.
It's like you get the same experience at like MWR. You get the same experience at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Any news on 2018 Nats? Okay, let's poke it up. 2018 Nats is going to be somewhere else that's not Chico for once.
Yeah. I heard they're trying to do some sort of Midwest nationals.
Yeah,
It would be cool to see nationals in Lawrence, Kansas. Canny.
Dude, Lawrence, Lawrence, Kansas, hometown of.
I've heard Chicago for like a bunch of random places.
Chicago.
It would be cool to see Cleveland. It would be cool to see Boston, Northampton.
I want East Coast. East Coast would be sweet.
Yeah, I'd love the Northampton Nationals, honestly.
Yeah, Northampton Nationals is probably the most ideal out of anything.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Just want an Andre run Nationals. That's what you mean.
Yeah, essentially.
So this is Skills Live.
Yeah. Go shop on. Go shop on Yo Expert. Go
closing notes. Some closing notes.
No, I think Colin got some closing notes.
Some closing notes. Someone's echoing here. Sorry. Yeah. It's Bergie.
Sorry, everybody.
Okay. But yeah, so Andrew Mader, as I said earlier, recently got featured on Bleacher Report. His video has passed 1 million views, and he's also his Yayo Expert has released a whip pack featuring a Yayo Factory whip and 5 strings, and if you for $6, and if you use the free coupon code SCALES, that is SCALES, you could get that for $6 free shipping. So yeah.
Not a bad deal. So since we predicted everything for the entire year, essentially, we don't have to do another predictions live like podcast, I guess. So
Yay!
next time we do a live,
Everyone's gonna keep asking for
really
predictions.
I think doing like a yo-yo collection podcast stream or like contest or tricks.
Oh, we can do a yo-yo collection stream.
Yeah.
Yo-yo collection stream.
People would like that. The viewers would love it.
I love yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Brandon-
cool.
I would love to feature people and have them walk us through their collection.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing some like special guest appearances, but maybe that's for another day.
Your
Yeah,
content model.
This seems like it worked well.
Yeah. So thank God we don't have to do any more predictions. That should
We're gonna keep having
No more predictions. I don't want to predict anything else.
I want to predict Mark placing top 3 at Northeast Region this 5 days.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. And that should be it. Thank you to everyone for.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone watching. And this is the first episode of the Scales podcast. See you guys next time.
Pretty smoothly, I would say. Thank God.